Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I went ahead and I was getting ready to film a empties video, and I was getting ready for that, and I just kind of came up with this makeup look. My shirt that I have on kind of inspired it, but then I decided I should go ahead and film how I did my eyeshadow. So I'm going to film that for you, show you what I did here and how you can get that look. And then later on, you will also see, probably after this video, my empties video that I was going to film. So let's get started. Okay, so I used, again, the Modern Dreamers palette. It's a really good palette. I use a lot of those greens and blues. That's the basic palette I did use for this whole eye look. I did at first jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette. You can see that. And I just used, I kind of picked up two transition shades. I picked up these two right here, if you can see them. I believe they are, which ones are those? Silk Cream and MFEO is what those two are called. I just kind of put that in as a transition color in my crease, mixed those two colors. And then what I did is I picked up a Smith 232 brush. And I went in starting with this pretty kind of a, I don't know, a turquoise color right here. That's the color I went in with. Kind of, it's another transition color. Trying to give like an effect on the eye. So I just dip into that. And then I'm going to start putting that in the crease of my eye, and this Smith 232 brush is just a big fluffy brush, so you're going to want to grab a big fluffy brush and just get into that crease, kind of coming up to the eye bone area, and you're going to want to blend that all in, kind of back and forth, windshield wiper motions. Sometimes I even do little circles. It depends. Mostly with the fluffier brushes, I do back and forth motions. Got hair in my eyes. And you're just going to blend that in really good. And then I went in with my next step is going to be using the Smith 230. And I went in with this blue color right here. Tapping off any excess color, and then you're going to want to get into that crease really, really good. So, and since this is a smaller fluffy brush, it kind of tapers out at the end. If you can see that, how it tapers out, it helps to get more into the crease. That way you're not going up into the eyebrow area. Dipping back into my palette. Sweeping across. I'm doing some circular motions too, because I really want to get into that crease. Okay, then I'm actually going to grab my 232 brush again, the big fluffy brush, and I'm not going to add any extra product. I'm just going to what I'm doing is blending out those top edges, going back in with that fluffy brush. That way it's smooth and doesn't look weird or anything. Then I'm actually going to tap back in with the 230 brush, the smaller taper brush, making sure to get a little bit more blue on there. I want it to be a little bit brighter. Okay. Then I'm going to grab a Smith 247 brush. This is more of a dense brush. You can see it's not tapered, it's almost kind of flat at the top. And I'm going to dip into this dark green shade in the NYX Modern Dreamer palette right here. And I want that to be in the corner of my eye. Tap off any excess. And then I'm just going to start blending that in strictly in the corner of my eye. You want to be really careful. It is a darker shade, and where I have my face makeup on anyway, you don't want any fallout. You want to be very careful. Kind of just packing it on there in the corner. Then I'm going to take the e.l.f. concealer brush right here. I'm going to spritz it a little bit with my Smashbox water primer. And then I'm going to go in with this shade that's right beside the darker shade, this lighter green shade. It kind of has, this was a matte, this has a shimmer to it right here. And I'm going to dip into that. And I didn't do a cut crease this time, so I'm just going to, it necessarily won't be as vibrant. If you wanted it to be a little bit more vibrant, you could do a cut crease. I chose not to for this look, and I'm just going to go over my lid with this color. Just a little bit dipping into the darker green shade, but I don't want to go too far over because I want it to stay in just my lid area. And I'm not going up into the crease with this color either. And go back in with the brush that had the blue on it. Just go back over it a little bit. At that point, I'm just trying to blend out anything. And then the same goes for the brush that I used for the darker green shade. I'm just going back in it to blend. Okay, so I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics No. 7 brush. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of Smashbox photo water. And then I'm going to go in with this blue shade right here. It's a shimmery blue shade. It's right beside that color we used earlier, that light turquoise color. Now I'm going to do my under eye. I want a kind of a blown out under eye with this look too as well. So what I'm going to do is grab an e.l.f. smudging brush. It's this white one right here. And I'm going to go in with this, because I want my eyes to be lighter underneath. I'm going to go in with this light turquoise right here. And I'm almost going to put it in my waterline. I don't have a eyeliner that's this color. And then I'm going to tap into this brighter blue, which is what we use in our crease. I'm just going to take the same brush, tap into it, and put it underneath, kind of smudging it out. And then I'm going to take another e.l.f. smudge brush, and I'm going to dip into that green color that we used for the corner of the eye. That one right there. Dip into that. I'm just going to connect that to the top part of that outer corner. I do have some fallout right now, which I'll show you how to clean that up. And I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. I'm going to go ahead and just take a fluffy brush. This is the Lux. It's a large blending brush, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to wipe any of my fallout. What's really good, which I showed in another video, when you get fallout, if you've used after you do your concealer, if you set it with a loose setting powder, like my Cover X one, that's my favorite one I use. It's easier if you did happen to go ahead and put foundation on to be able to blend anything away. I'm also going to take a bigger brush and just kind of blend any of that away. And then I'm going to take the Luxe Precision Crease. I'm using this as a concealer brush, kind of going to dip into just a little bit of my Tarte Shape Tape to clean up that crease a little bit, right? Blending it in, so I was kind of making like strikes, and now I'm blending it downwards. Then I'm going to take the 230 and go underneath my eye, just to make sure it has that blown out look. Okay, so we're done with the eye. I'm going to hop off here real quick and put on my other fake lash, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my top eyelashes on. What I did was just put some mascara, a coat of mascara, and then I put on the top of the eyelash. And then I'm going to coat the bottom of my eyelashes. I'm going to coat it with the NYX On The Rise. Okay, I've got those coated. And then I had already lined my lips, and I'd used the LA Girl Perfect Precision in Sugar&Spice. Buxom is my favorite lip gloss brand, so if you don't like that plumping effect, because they are plumping, I wouldn't suggest it. I do though, and I'm using the color Breeze. Just gonna dip into there. Kind of it's a brownie color. It's a brown, kind of a brownie gloss. It's a light brown gloss. And then I do not need to forget, I need to put highlight on. I'm going to use, this is a mini of the Becca Champagne Pop. I'm going to use that for my highlight. A little bit down my nose. Some more on this side. Okay, and that's the finished look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some setting spray. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I'm just going to spray my face real quick. Oh, it feels so good. Then I'm going to take a fan and just kind of dry that down. Okay, there we have it. The finished look. I love it, and I think it goes really great with this shirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and let me know down in the suggestion box if there's any in the comment box if there's anything you want me to do. Just put it down below. And thank you.